great roundtable tonight to talk about some things we don't normally get to talk about in normal YouTube. So we have to put it behind paywalls because of censorship and whatnot. But I'm joined by a great panel of people here. I've got Divvy Daddy. How you doing, Patrick?
Hey, guys.
I got Derwin Logan, Open Minded Bitcoin. How you doing, Derwin?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. And I'm going to give everybody socials and everything later on and put in the description. Susan from Bitcoin Country. How you doing, Susan?
Hi, good. Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. And we got, of course, the one and only Papa Joe. How you doing?
What's up, brother? Good to see you. Appreciate you having me on.
Thanks. Pleasure to join us. And Joanna, last but not least, we have our own Joanna McGrath here, who's going to walk us through some of the information she's found in the IMF. How you doing, Joanna?
Thank you for hosting this. I really appreciate it. And I just want to say thanks for everybody that was able to get on.
Yes, I'm glad everybody could hop on tonight. We're recording, I guess, Wednesday night, but the first page, and right at Joanna and I started talking about Morocco the other day for whatever reason, and Joanna decided that she would dig herself into a nice little rabbit hole, and the world just opened up for her, and she walked us through a lot of different things here, starting with Morocco, and how crypto does indeed represent the future. So she's going to guide us through a couple of things that are in this article and a couple of pages that I've opened up the tags to, and we'll talk about that next. But Joanna, how do you want me to steer here? Where you want to start?
If you go up just a little bit, what got me down the rabbit trail was the mention of Goldman Sachs. And I was watching one of Reggie's videos because, as everybody knows, Reggie has the patent on peer-to-peer technology. And when I went down the rabbit hole, it was like Goldman Sachs. It did its first Bitcoin-backed loan. And as he was talking, the IMF word has been like a taboo word. And I have been told many times not to go down that rabbit hole, but I had to go down it. So does everybody know what IMF stands for and what they're about? Or if somebody wants to chime in and share?
I think that we could just go ahead. I think we should explain it for anybody that doesn't know.
I was going to say it's International Monetary Fund, and basically what they do is they regulate the world basket of currencies, if you will. They collectively, like the dollar, the euro, the yen, yuan, whatever, they kind of regulate those currencies. And as far as I understand it, it's basically one big central bank. This is a good way to put it. Yeah,
they're tied into the World Economic Forum and the Bank International Settlements and all those different organizations. They also, if a country is going to go start defaulting on bonds or loans,
they work a lot as nonprofits too. There's a lot of nonprofits.
Sure. After they pay everybody's salary, then they make no profit. But that's what's their salaries. So that's how. So, and I'm looking at a Bitcoin office just to say that the 5 countries that are not part of the IMF are Cuba, North Korea, East Timor, which I've actually never heard of. I have no idea where that is.
What is that?
I don't know. Liechtenstein and Monaco. Apparently, the Vatican City and also Taiwan are not part of the IMF. Interesting about they mentioned Taiwan.
Vatican City and Taiwan. Interesting.
Yeah.
Vatican City?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's an interesting statement there. So that's and she gave a citation for that. So that's she's done her homework here. So good job, Joanna. But and if you look at also the countries that don't have central banks or Rothschild banks, it's Cuba is one, North Korea is another. So there's some overlap. Russia, basically anybody that's been invaded by the United States in the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Libya, Iraq, I think Iran. It's like 7 countries. So pretty much all the countries we've had conflicts with, that's pretty much the list. So, and again, the International Monetary Fund, they're the people that if a country is having problems, like Zimbabwe took out a loan from IMF when their currency was collapsing. That's what their job is. They are basically fund people. The International Monetary Fund funds people through the World Bank, governed by the Bank of International Settlements, the World Economic Forum. That's kind of how the whole nebulous thing works. And they put layer upon layer to make it confusing for people to understand, because confusion makes people throw up their hands and say, this is too complicated. I don't want to know. Let me go back and watch TV. That's what they try and do, and just conflate things and make things very difficult. That's why the Great Reset is conflated with the currency now.
Keep your eye on H-bar, because I think that's one of their plays.
H-bar, interesting.
I've heard about that too.
We're hearing about that. And then it's back in Georgia. No?
I heard about that one.
Hey, Patrick, I think this is your comments about the rocket launcher and people not caring. I think this goes back to what we've heard for a long time, which is the statement, the choice to know will be yours. And I see a lot of people that just let it go right over their head. I don't think they want to know
There's a lot of people that don't.
about this.
I mean, they're gonna have to say something. The FBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations already posted about it. They're
I'm actually
talking about
surprised.
it.
I'm surprised they have the camera footage, to be honest. I thought the camera footage would be
Yeah,
hard
I'm
to
surprised it
obtain.
was released.
Yeah. I
So
don't know
to
how
me,
they have
I'm
that already.
not gonna stop here and be like, yeah, someone blew it up. They're gonna.
Well,
they're
if
gonna
it was
dig
just
into it.
if it was just hit, I wouldn't, yeah, it would be a significant thing. But the fact that they tore it down right away makes it seem like it's the beginning of the end, like Papa Joe said, of getting rid of all these historic landmarks that had to do with them and their systems and what they wanted for the world.
Or they didn't want people to find out what really happened and they tore it down.
Yeah, that's true. I can
There's
hope.
that is an option too, actually.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
I mean, have we always heard eventually Washington, D.C. will become a bird sanctuary again?
It was a
For owls, right?
Wow.
I mean, I
You know
haven't done, like any of the math on it, but to me, like the easiest explanation is someone went up there and they were being really dumb and they placed a bunch of tannerite up there and they shot from there. They shot a 308 from their car.
I wouldn't do that
Blew it
much
up
damage.
and
You'd have to
drove
have
off.
like a 30-pound something up there for that.
Yeah, we've done that. That you can blow up cars with them.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So, well, we're coming up on almost an hour, but I think this has been a great roundtable. I think we're just going to wrap this up. I think I can't wait to see the comments and the discussions on
Yeah,
this
it's
and our
gonna be fun.
various. This is going to be a fun one. So, obviously, I'll share the video with a bunch of everybody on here. And but first, before we close out, I think that everybody whatever channel you watch this on, I think we want to know who the audience was and how everybody can get in touch with everyone. So, Papa Joe, you're the most vocal. So why don't we just start with you? Who was how's the best way for people to follow you?
So the QR code right there, just scan it. That'll take you to all of my different socials and all that fun stuff, website and everything like that. And that'll get you where you need to go.
Excellent. And Divvy Daddy, what do you want to share?
GBNVWCW.com.
There you go. Open-minded Bitcoin.
You can find me on openmindedbitcoin.com. You can find me on Twitter at openminded. You can find me on Instagram at openmindedbitcoin, and you can find me on YouTube at openmindedbitcoin.
And you can find all of these people on my Twitter.
Also, before we go, not to go back in time, but I got to bring this up. Symbolism is real. So when I bring up H bar, it's for a reason. I want you guys to go back and look at H bar's symbol and what it means. The two pillars, the line in the middle, Arch of Power, London, Washington, D.C., the Vatican, three top of powers of the world, like Social Security card, and the Citibank logo. So I'll put some posts in the chat, or I'll send them to LL, and then you guys can get some further research on that. But just
I will share that real quick so that everybody can get a nice little look at Hedera Hashgraph, and there's the symbol for it. Well, a little old school version of it, but that's basically what it looks like. And all right, Susan, you want to tell everybody how everybody can get in touch with you or to follow you?
You can follow me at Twitter. I'm Bitcoin_country, and I have a YouTube channel that's just getting started, Bitcoin Country.
Excellent. And Joanna, who brought us all this group together, where can people follow you? Joanna, you're on mute. There you go.
You guys, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. You can find me on Jeff's channel, litecoinleader.com, and follow him on his Twitter, and that's where I hang out.
There you go. She's the best. She brought this group together. I just facilitated. I was just the host passing the talking stick, but litecoinleader.com is the way to get a hold of me, and youtube.com/litecoinleader. That's my channel.